Welcome to Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and Podcast. We hope that by the end of our show, you're left feeling empowered, motivated, and connected. So come on in the room, grab your favorite drink, sit back, and enjoy the ride, because you're finally at home at Kiva's Place. Now give it up for our host and producer, Coach Kiva Lernice Murdoch.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdoch Show and Podcast. I am super excited to have you join us for another amazing show with another fantastic guest. So you are in the right place if you want to be blessed and de-stressed tonight, okay? So at Kiva's Place, of course, we have authentic conversation in the atmosphere that feels like home. I am your host and producer, Coach Kiva Lernice Murdoch, and I have a fantastic woman in my studio tonight. But before we talk to her, we're going to just let you know about our series. So this is part 4 of our series, and we're actually halfway through it, to be exact. Where we have brought on several guests, an array of guests from all different walks of life, works in various industries, have endured certain hardships and been able to persevere and gotten through those. So I'm so honored to do this series. This series precedes our upcoming anthology project entitled Imperfectly Fierce and Focused. So we are just going to continue through our series. As I just stated, this is part 4. So this is our 4th guest who we have brought into our virtual studio, and they blessed and shared with us. So on tonight, we have Miss Jacqueline Williams, and I know Miss Jacqueline from a personal perspective. We used to work together, so she's a wonderful woman, and I'm super excited to have her here tonight. So her name is Jacqueline Williams, and she is a chef. She is the owner and executive chef of Savor, the Flavor Experience LLC. She began her career in 2005 as a baker, a pastry chef, designing special occasion cakes that has developed a reputation of their own. Her cakes are known to be beautiful as well as delicious, and some of her creations have even been featured in various magazines and have been seen on TV. So if y'all need a special cake in the area, now you have a contact, okay? So let me go ahead and bring her on the stage without further ado. Miss Jacqueline Williams, welcome, welcome, welcome to Kiva's Place. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. So listen, I know that we are going to be talking about how you are remaining and perfectly fierce and focused. We didn't even talk about your topic, while turning lemons into lemonade. So her topic
That's right.
tonight is living in perfectly fierce and focused while turning lemons into lemonade. So we know that life gives us various lemons on a day-to-day basis. So I'm curious to know, Miss Jacqueline, how did you come to this particular topic? Give us a little bit of backstory about it.
Well, um, I've my journey has been quite interesting. I've had several things happen over the years. Uh, some of them not so great, but and in enduring those things, I mean, I've suffered several losses from jobs, to um, home to marriage, everything just seemed to be spiraling at once. So, in dealing with those things, the last one I think was my greatest loss back in 2015. I suffered the loss of my father. I lost my father to cancer, and it hurts. I don't care how large your family is, it hurts. But as an only child, I felt lost after that. So, with everything, that had been happening, that was the hardest blow for me. And I found myself after that point, I found myself not knowing what to do. Like I didn't know how to carry on. I didn't know you know, how I was going to make it after that. I mean, I leaned on him for everything. And so I had to find something that would bring, joy to myself, but not only to myself, to other people. And I turned to food. Um, food. Listen, I knew that food made me happy, and so I just kind of, I kind of used that. And little do you know, when you're doing things, you never know who's watching. So when my father passed away, I took a job cooking, and it was a job because I didn't have one at the time, but I didn't know that I was going to love it. And not only did I love what I do, I love the fact that I'm now being able to contribute to taking care of the elderly again. I didn't know that I was going to miss it that much. I was helping take care of my father. When he left, I found myself lost. So not only did I take on a job cooking, I was contributing to the care of elderly again, and that made me happy. And then that led to other things. I was able to venture, not only was I doing cakes, I was able to learn and pick up from the other people that were working around me, other professionals, chefs, and things of that nature. And when that, I was learning everything that I could possibly learn, as we all should. Um, I picked up and I learned, and I was able to grow through 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 all the hardships that I had faced and had to endure. I was at a point in my life where I could grow, and I think, and through those 7 years of hardship, those of you that know the word, seven is the number of completion. That allowed God to strengthen me so that I could be and do what I believe is His will. And so it took me to the next level. So I was able to go from cook to event coordinator to ultimately, in almost 7 years, became the chef of a retirement community. Um, at that point, I was being sought after by other establishments and things of that nature. Um, and through all that, I was able to start my own business. So not only was I making the elderly people happy with food, other people, started, calling on me and requesting, and it was an honor. I was glad, I was a little, baffled as to why they would call me. But, the question was, why not me? If I'm going to be a willing vessel, I'm going to have to do it this way, because I believe that's what God would want me to do. So here I am. I still enjoy doing what I do. And I'm hoping that what I'm doing is still making people happy. But more than feeding people, um, it is inspiring people. Um, when you're at your lowest point, it does not mean that's the end. The story is not over. You have to take all those lemons and add the sweetness of Jesus Christ, and guess what? You got lemonade.
Hello. I love that. I love that so much. And that's actually the premise of this book that is coming up, to really encourage people not to allow the sour situations of life, if you will, um,
Yes, ma'am.
to keep you in a state of depression, to keep you in a state of sorrow, to keep you in a state of just discouragement, disarray,
Hmm.
but instead to draw strength from those situations. And that's exactly what you did. And
Yes, ma'am.
first of all, let me just say I'm sorry for your loss, even though it has been years ago, but it is still a loss. So
Yes, ma'am, it is. And I appreciate that. Thank you. It still hurts. But,
yeah. And they
hey,
say
I'm
time
blessed.
heals all wounds, but I don't know. I haven't lost a parent. I haven't lost a child. So the only thing
Well,
I can,
it takes a while to get used to the new norm, but it's just you have to get used to a new way of life.
mm-hmm, yep. I was about to say that we just have to really
That's
learn
all. I
how
mean,
to
it
live.
still hurts, but have
Yep.
those memories. That's right. That's
That's
right.
right.
So I'm using him as an inspiration,
There you go.
motivation. You know, so he's still with me. He's still helping me.
And you were able to draw strength from that because out of
Oh
that
yes.
tragic experience, you were able to find your passion, you were able to find your
Yes, ma'am.
purpose. And you mentioned something that I think a lot of us really take for granted is you were saying that in growing your business, you were able to grow and learn from various experiences.
Oh
Um,
yes.
and I feel like that's something we don't really do is invest in ourselves, right? In order
Right,
for you
right.
to perfect a certain skill set, it's important to take that chance to invest in yourself. Take some opportunities to work or become a mentor, an apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
Just do what you feel like you have to do to get your feet in the door and just learn
Exactly.
as much as possible. And sometimes we have to crack open the pocketbook to invest in ourselves, and that's
That's
and
right.
that's okay. I feel
But
like
you know,
sometimes we have to give ourselves permission to be able
that's
to
right.
elevate and grow to that next level. So I'm so
That's
proud
right.
of you for just honing in on your strength, understanding and recognizing your purpose and not being afraid to move forward.
Thank you, ma'am. I was afraid, but I wasn't gonna let that stop me. You can't let fear stop you either. And if you don't invest in yourself, you can't expect anybody else to invest in you either. So, you know, you have to
Yeah,
put that foot forward and not be afraid to do it. You know.
that's right. Yep.
Sometimes, yeah,
And we say it all the time, don't be afraid to, if you are scared, because I'm gonna be honest, being nervous is a normal human reaction, right? But we can't
yeah, it
allow
is.
those nerves and that fear to paralyze us from being able to move forward. Because, like we say all the
Exactly.
time here on the show, somebody needs to hear your stories. Somebody needs to see that, hey, if Jacqueline can get through this, then I surely have a chance as well. So, we are not going through life and living just for our own sake.
That's
There are
right.
other
If
people
I can
watching.
do it, anybody can.
Amen, sister. And Janice Dixon Hartwell said, Amen. That's right. It may be hard, but it's not impossible.
It's not. And anything worth having, sometimes it takes a little blood, sweat, and tears, but it'll be worth it in the end. So, you can't stop. You got to keep pushing.
That's right. That's right. And it's funny you
Hmm.
said that because I just had a conversation recently about latent rewards, and those rewards that it takes you to develop that character, develop those work ethics, the develop tenacity and perseverance. It's not the immediate rewards. So if you put that work in, you will gain the benefits. You will reap your benefits of your harvest after you
That's
have
right.
you know put in the work, and it doesn't come
That's
easy,
right.
but it is worth it. So
Well worth it.
I love it.
Just
Love it.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And those of you that believe, you have to know that even in those tough times, it doesn't seem like he's there, but he never leaves. God never leaves you. So there's been times when I couldn't feel him, but he never left. You know,
Exactly.
um, I didn't know. I've been too angry to even seek him. He didn't go anywhere. He stayed right there. So you know, he's there. He's exactly what he promises he would be. You just have to, be obedient and let him navigate the course. And I promise you won't be sorry.
That's right. Amen to that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
If
ma'am.
you had to offer an advice to anybody interested in getting into the food service industry, what would you tell them?
Um, don't be afraid to try things, try new things, because just like fashion or anything else, the you go through phases and what's in style and what's not in style. You have to keep yourself marketable. You have to be um stay on top of the game. What's going on now. Bring it, and if you can think of some new things, try something new. You just never know who's seeking what you have to offer. um don't be afraid to ask questions. When you see someone that I don't you know you, a cook or somebody doing something that you might be interested in, ask questions. Oftentimes that's you have to You can't be afraid to talk to people. Um, Network, by all means, network. Use social media. All the young people that are on social media, do something besides, spread gossip. Use social media to your benefit. You know what I mean? You have to use those things, and all those things are free.
Mhm.
You can market yourself, ask questions, spend time with someone that might be doing something that you're interested in doing. Me myself, I would love to take some young people under my wing that might be interested in what I'm doing. That's one of the things that I want to do in a day to come is help those that might be interested in my field learn some things. You know, it's an honest living. It's a passion of mine, so it's more than just a way. It's more than just a profession or a job. It's my relaxation. Like, I actually enjoy doing it, so it doesn't really seem like a job. So just don't be afraid.
Yes, jump. I love it. And I
That's
love
it.
the fact that you were saying about um possibly being able to mentor to
Hmm.
other young people. That's amazing. And I'm not
Yes, ma'am.
surprised. You have a heart of gold, and you are a you have a servant's heart. You're just a giver, and so I don't expect anything less of that. So but I just feel like it's so amazing because we can definitely teach the younger generation. And I don't want to say, cooking is a lost art, but there's a lot of people that really don't take to it. Me
That's right.
personally, I can't cook, but I'm not a cook. I don't have a passion for it. I don't
Come
love
on, Fever. Come on. So you're
I
gonna be
don't.
my first mentee.
Now I know how to cook, but I don't have a passion for it. However, my husband does. Now he loves to cook and bake and grill and all of
Oh,
that.
good.
Everything. So I
Good.
just stay in my lane and I do what I do and I let him do what he does. But I feel like representation is so important. So I'm just
It
super
is.
excited. And I'm praying with you that that's a venture that you will definitely be able to do, if not today, later on, because I feel like it is something that is much needed and, you know, it's something that our young folks need. And who knows,
Yes,
we may have
ma'am.
the next, Jacqueline Williams and, you know, whoever else are the big cooking bosses in
That's
our today. But yes, I love it. I love it. I'm so happy for you.
well. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I'm happy too, and I'm excited about the unknown because I know that he has greater things for me, and I'm ready.
Amen.
I'm ready.
That's right. And that's the thing. We have to just make sure that we are positioning ourselves to win, right? And
Oh
if
yeah.
we say that we are ready when those opportunity does present itself, step into them. You
Yes,
may not
ma'am.
have all the answers, but you will never know if you never try. And don't be
I
afraid
don't
to
have all the answers, but I know who does. So, and I'm following
amen.
him. So,
That's right. That's right. And do not be afraid to fail because out of
no, ma'am.
failure comes success
That's
because you
right.
can be able to learn from those failures in whatever did not work right. And I don't even see them as failures. I just see them as learning opportunities. And if you are teachable and willing to learn and grow, the sky is the limit.
Exactly. Exactly. Amen to that.
So I want to ask you, with everything you have endured, um, in what ways have you been able to live and perfectly fierce and focused while turning life's lemons into lemonade?
Well, I've been able to take the things that happened to me, the good and the bad. There was a time when I was afraid to share my testimony. Um, but the more I thought about it and the more God worked with me, it's hard to help people when they don't feel like you've ever gone through anything. So, with that being said, I had to share my story in order to help them, so that I could be an example. If I'm talking to someone that's gone through something and has overcome those things, it's easier for me to believe that I could do it too. So, and I take that very seriously. I'm just getting to a point where I'm able to share and be transparent with people about the things that happen and the way some of those things happen. Um, just to be an example. It's kind of hard to believe when you don't have anything, you don't have any hard evidence or hard proof. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm able to, like I said, be a willing vessel. So if they can see some, I'm hoping that they can you know, see him through me.
Mm-hmm.
Not that people see me, but that they can, come to a life with him through me. Because that's where all the credit lies for me.
I love
So
it. Wonderful. I love that. Thank you so much.
yes, ma'am.
Listen, I'm not going to let you go just yet. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back,
Okay.
I have enjoyed you so much. And time is, listen, it is already 20 minutes gone.
I know, right?
Time is definitely ticking by, but I don't want you to leave without us leaving your contact information. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a very quick commercial break. And when we come back, we will drop all of Jacqueline's contact information so that you can feel free to reach out to her and ask her any questions that you may have. So, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Author Call for Imperfectly Fierce and Focused, embracing your imperfections while still crushing your goals. If you've ever overcome procrastination, been a survivor of a traumatic experience, overcome fear and imposter syndrome, or even lived with a disease, illness, or disability, then you should consider being a co-author for Imperfectly Fierce and Focused. Someone needs to hear your story. Imperfectly Fierce and Focused is not about being perfect. In fact, it's the complete opposite. This anthology is to empower, uplift, and motivate readers to recognize their ability and strength to get beyond the spirit of perfection, fear, and procrastination. It's time to tell your story. So come join our team, meet our visionary and current authors. Kiva Lernice Murdaugh, visionary author. Atricia Doyle, executive assistant and project manager. Dr. Tina D. Lewis, forward author. Lisa Dove Washington, co-author. Jacqueline Kabai Harrison, co-author. Fachina Kirkendall, co-author. Register today to become a co-author in Imperfectly Fierce and Focused. Visit our website at www.tinyurl.com/IFF-inquiry. Again, it's www.tinyurl.com/IFF-inquiry.
And welcome back to Kiva's Place, the Kiva Murdaugh Show and podcast. If you're just joining us, we have a special guest in the house, Miss Jacqueline Williams. She is a chef. She's a business owner of Savor. Don't let me mess it up. Savor the Flavor Experience. Right? Did I get it right?
That's right. You got it right.
Awesome. And we are talking to Jacqueline about how she's able to live in perfectly fierce and focused while turning lemons into lemonades. And it just really ties into our upcoming anthology project. You've just seen the commercial about it. Technically, the door is closed. However, we are still in the very early processes of writing. So you might be able to squeeze in there if you are still interested in becoming a contributing co-author. So just visit www.tinyurl.com/IFF-inquiry. Again, that's www.tinyurl.com /IFF-inquiry. We just got one other person to join today. So, like I said, if you hurry, you might be able to squeeze in there uh, to become part of this wonderful project. So, Miss Jacqueline, I can't let you go without letting our viewers know how to get in contact with you. So, I'm going to drop your email address. Oh, wrong one. Let's see. There we go. Savor the Flavor. So, if you're wanting to reach out to Jacqueline, you are currently taking bookings for upcoming events, correct?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, so if you want to reach out to Jacqueline, she is in the South Carolina area. Do you travel, Jacqueline?
I do. I do.
Okay. All right. So her email address is savor the flavor experience LLC at gmail.com. Again, that's savor the flavor experience LLC because it's an experience, honey. She said it earlier. It's not just food, it's a whole experience. Okay.
Yes,
This is
exactly.
her
Exactly.
email. So go to Savor the Flavor Experience LLC at gmail.com. You can also find her on Facebook by her name, Jacqueline Williams, and it's spelled a little differently. I thought I created a banner for it, but her name is spelled Jacklyn, Jacklyn Williams, and you can find her on Facebook. So definitely reach out to her with any questions that you may have. All right, Miss Jacqueline, this has been good. I have
It
enjoyed
has been
your
good.
presence.
Yes, ma'am. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
It's truly been a pleasure. Before you go, I wanted to give you the opportunity to leave any lasting words for our viewers.
Don't be afraid. I don't know if you like lemonade, but I love it. Don't be afraid to take those lemons and make some lemonade.
I love it.
The
And
best, the
there it
best is
is.
yet to come.
And she said the best is yet to come, right?
That's right.
I love it. Perfect, perfect advice. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Miss Jacqueline Williams joining me in the studio tonight. Definitely reach out to her if you have any questions about getting into the food industry or if you just want to learn more about how she turns lemons into lemonade. And stay tuned for Imperfectly Fierce and Focused book anthology. We have some graphics coming out that says coming soon. So I'm so excited about this particular book we have, and just this series is it's a precursor to the book. These guests that I'm currently bringing on are not co-authors in the book. Knock on wood, maybe they may decide to be co-authors in the book, but for right now, their main goal right now is to just share their personal experiences with you to let you know how they are getting through life living imperfectly fierce and focused. That's the purpose of this series, that precedes the book. In a few weeks, we're going to start talking with some of the co-authors that are in the book. And of course, we're not going to give you everything that's in the book because we want you to buy the book. However, it's a great opportunity for you to learn more about our co-authors that will be coming up in the next few weeks. And you get to resonate with them, relate to them, learn more about them. And preferably that will intrigue you to buy the book so you can learn more about their stories. So I hope you are thoroughly enjoying our series. We have another wonderful guest coming up next week, which is going to be part 5 of our series, and I'm so excited about it. So definitely come right back next Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will do it all over again. Okay, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, continue to share, connect, and glow, because we know that when you work together to build your network, it also contributes to building your net worth. Okay, did y'all catch that?
Amen.
So collab,
Amen.
and work together. Okay, so until next Thursday night, family, continue to share, connect, and glow. Um, let's see. All right, Miss Jacqueline, well, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here, and of course, you're
You're
welcome.
welcome. Thank you.
All right.
You have
Thank
a
you.
good,
Y'all have a good night. Bye bye.
thank you. Bye bye.